Howdy y'all, welcome to another edition of Getting Outdoors, and I'm going to show you how to start a Ruth Stout style garden. I already have one over here, and as you can see there, the soil, got the deep mulch. I've uprooted all the grass that you just see on top. That's already pulled up and just laying there to die and mulch in. I'll be adding some more hay to that, but if you've seen our other episodes, this is what we used to call the inside garden, and what I'm standing in right now was the outside garden. That fence right there was actually right here and went all the way across, but we put the pool in, and we decided to go ahead and extend this because what was happening last year was this caught too much water being in ground. It was not raised like this other. So as you can see, we have here, let me show you kind of on the edge here how much there is of dirt there. So this is the lip of where that fence was, and so that's 8 to 10 inches. Got another 4 to 5 inches of hay. Again, that's been sitting all winter, so I'll come in and add a little bit more. So how you start is if you have bare ground or grass, or like us that already had this tilled up, what I did last winter was I got just some more hay and put it down. You can see a little bit of that right in there. But there was some just grass here, and what I started doing as a base in where the hay wasn't, so along here I'm putting down cardboard, and then I'll be adding soil and other material right on top of it. I've got some leaves and other things that will compost directly right into that. So find a barrier. If you want to just do a raised bed, then bring in your soil. So I have here about 8 yards of soil. This here we have did last week, and then I just had some more delivered, and now I'm going to be spreading that out. You see I already have 2 by 12 by 12 boards there. I'll be putting up additional cattle fencing, as you can see here, and that'll be the main gate right there. But this fencing works really well. I put chicken wire down at the bottom just because we got one of the small dogs. Make sure that small dog doesn't get into it. So once you get the soil all placed right in here, then all you need to do is bring in your hay. So I brought in just a little bit to kind of show you what that's going to look like. So we've got the soil base, and then you got your hay. You see how it's kind of even. It's a little bit higher than here just because that's been matted down. But once you get the hay, then from there, planting it, you're just going to plant directly into the hay. Now I use hay. There's all kinds of different deep mulch stuff. You look Back to Eden uses wood chips and stuff. Just this is what I have available, and that's what Ruth Stout had. And I live out kind of in the country, so I gotta have it readily available. I can go to a farmer that's got some old spoiled hay, not gonna feed it to the cows, and I can get it either real cheap or free. And also have a buddy of mine that raises goats, and so I get all the hay left over from the goats with a little extra bonus fertilizer mixed in there. So when you come out to plant in the deep mulch, and this really Ruth Stout garden, all that is a no-till deep mulch garden. Now why deep mulch? Well, the deep mulch, other than, and you can see I left this all winter, all this. All right, now you can see like little clumps of grass here. Again, I went and I spent 15 minutes going through and just picking up, and it's really loose because it's coming up through the hay. Half of it's just growing kind of in the hay itself where it kind of germinated. I could have just come in and put more hay right on top of it. It would have been just fine, but I'm just a little anal that way, and I'm going to go ahead and pick it out, even though I'm going to bring in more hay. But as you can tell, it keeps down weeds. So when you actually put this down, now don't be confused with thinking that you're not going to have to pull weeds. You're going to have to pull weeds. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the good thing is that you're not going to have to pull as much weeds, because it's going to be very hard for anything to germinate all the way down to the bottom to come all the way through in big mass. Now, before, when I was using bags of mulch from Lowe's or Home Depot, I was spending hours with that and weeding, because it just shot straight up through there. Well, I don't have to worry about that too much now. So you can get almost weed free. Again, you're still going to have to weed. The other advantage is that it keeps moisture into the soil very, very well. So you're going to cut down on the amount of water that you're going to use, the days that you're going to have to water. So, I've got a sprinkler system that was built in when I built the house to this garden here, but this outside garden does not. So either I'm going to have to tee off of this, but if I don't want to, I can just put an oscillating sprinkler right out in the middle, right here, and capture all this area with just that oscillating water, and only have it on for a couple times 2 days a week, and it'd work just fine. So you cut down on the weeds, you cut down on the watering. But when you go to plant, all you do is, as you come in, you're going to get right into the soil, dig out, you drop your plant right in there. If you got some Miracle Grow or something that you want to put in there with it, which I recommend doing. You can put other additives, you can put fish oil, people put all kinds of stuff in there, but whatever you want to plant, just plant it, and then you put your hay right around it, and it's going to grow right there, and it's going to keep everything nice and manicured down, and it's going to keep the water directly right where the roots are. So that is how you make a Ruth Stout garden, and it is so simple that I wish I learned about this years ago. So have success this growing season, and if you have any comments about your style of garden, please put it below. And if you want to get more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all keep on getting outdoors, and we'll see you later.